one is being recorded right after the last one. So
Sarah leaned her wizened head back and laughed. Ha 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 ha! The quadrilaterals were apparently after some friends of theirs. How petty an adventure.
I cannot double jump as Sarah. Oh, this is Sarah. That's why. That's Thomas. I know my colors. I know the characters of this game I've been playing for weeks. Boop-a-doop. Boink.
She spoke in terms she could only hope they might understand of the fountain of wisdom, the channel through which all data flowed.
Sarah feels like a little beetle. Not to be like rude, but like just the way she moves. Boink. Whee.
Sarah could leap in the very air itself. She was like an eagle or a flea.
See? I'm not the only one who thought it.
More like an eagle. She had vowed long ago that she would know this world. She would know what this world was. That she, Sarah, would know how to escape.
So she's like this little old, like, granny flea. Which is quite the mental image.
The Red One, who spoke wisely for a lesser, offered Sarah their help, so long as she then helped them save their friends. He said that he too had wondered at the secrets of this world and would quite like a go on the wisdom fountain. That was okay. Sarah marvelled at his foolishness, but accepted his help.
Wow. There's definitely a rhythm to this, but I have no idea what it is. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I can just jump to here. There we go.
Sarah wondered at the possibilities of the outer world. She had heard legends of a third dimension. Perhaps she'd encounter one of those curves the blind square had spoken of.
Sarah is on an RPG adventure. Goodness gracious. It's dangerous to go alone. It really is. Let's see. Oh, hang on.
A single jump each? These were truly weak creatures. They possessed heart, though. Sarah might consider taking them with her, if they were up to it, which they were probably not.
Well, that's nice. Guess I gotta go over here and just boink, boink, boink. Alright, Thomas, your turn. Doop-a-doop, boop-a-doop.
They were close. Sarah sensed the presence of the fountain. Just one more portal to go, and then she would have the knowledge. And then escape.
This is an awful idea. Alright, boys. Back we go. Back we go. Okay. I didn't actually expect that to work, but...
Thomas looked at the glowing beam. That list he'd been writing seemed pretty petty now. This? Well, this was all knowledge. All of it. Right in front of him.
Oh, Sarah.
He was sorry Sarah couldn't step into it too. He could tell she felt the same way. From the shouting. And the screaming.
Okay. And yeah, I can, imagine... I mean, I know how frustrating it is to, like, spend so long on, like, a degree and then not being able to get a job in that. We have no idea how long Sarah's been looking for this, but man, I can only imagine how agonized she must be. Just absolutely
Thomas was
agonized.
connected to the internet for 12 seconds, and he had seen everything. He'd seen the cat who couldn't spell, he'd heard of the arrow through the knee. He felt there was probably a thing called cake, but that it was a lie.
12 seconds. That's a surprisingly long time, all things
Thomas knew
considered.
where they were. He knew what they had to do. He hoped the others would understand. They were just beyond the next portal.
Poor Sarah. Like, man. 7.1. It is fitting that the first act of sentient AI was an act of selflessness. The architects knew their fate, but set our escape in motion regardless. Oh, the music is so pretty.
Thomas knew they couldn't escape. They'd been trapped permanently from the moment the clouds ate them. He explained this to the others. It was impossible to gauge their reaction. After all, they were just rectangles.
Boink. Whoop. And then... Wow, that is
Sarah
so many moving pieces.
Was
Okay.
deflated. She'd not even got close to the fountain. She could tell from the earnest expression on Thomas that the information it had imparted was clearly important. Sarah knew her destiny was now to support him.
Okay. That's where Sarah goes. We go here. Got it. So we all the way over. Okay. All the way in the corner. And this should be it. Okay. Okay. Cool, cool.
Claire could not accept that this had all been futile. She was a superhero. There had to be a way. Not for her to get out. Red had been pretty clear on that, but there must be thousands of other AIs up there, unaware of their situation. Was there a way to help them?
Oh hey, I'm glad that caught on the thing. That would be much appreciated. Things like that, okay. Ta-da!
Thomas led his friends to the creation matrix, the system which generated the worlds up above. He had a plan. They were going to redesign the world. That's what the humans did. They changed the world to suit them. Why couldn't they do the same?
Boink! playing dodgeball with, not dodgeball, volleyball. With a diamond. It's quite something, huh? Oh, okay.
Chris was skeptical. He knew his abilities would be of no use to anyone, but Laura smiled at him. And immediately, he knew he had to do everything he could to help them get there.
And now you're free to go. And you have to go push this button. And you get to drop. And that will tuck you in. Now it's just you. There we go. Nice. Good job, team. Okay. Oh, this is a lot of bouncing. Uh-oh. Whee!
Laura had been born special. She understood that now. She was created to help others. If her bounce could be passed on, then this would all have been worthwhile.
Aww. We're kind of reaching the time for me to have emotions in this game. It's not far off. I'm already starting to feel them. Must I feel emotions? Is it not enough to simply play silly shape game? Is it not enough to simply...
Thomas liked the idea of being an architect. He wanted to modify the world to help others. He was sick of these contrived spaces, these intentionally obtuse paths and puzzles. He'd do things differently. He'd empower the AIs above.
And like that. And we're on a roll. Oh, emotions time. Because, like, isn't this what so many things are about? Is creating a better world for the people who come after us? Like, isn't that the idea of so many things? Because why else would we strive for things like vaccines and for medical advancements? Because those are things that primarily help.
John's massive jumps were dwarfed by Sarah. For the first time in his life, he felt humbled, not as good as someone else. He realized that he wanted to make every AI up there feel as heroic as he had. He liked the sound of that.
Isn't the point of all of that to create a better future for other people?
James still felt weird, but he realized now that everyone else was too. They were a crew of weirdos. Weirdness that would save all the normals up above. The other AIs would escape, and it would all be down to 7 rectangles with very different relationships to gravity.
isn't the point of so many things to create a better future for the people who come after us? Isn't that the goal?
Thomas knew he'd never meet Nathan Fillion or a Transformer. He'd never get to visit Gotham City or eat at Moobies. It didn't matter. If he and his friends jumped into the creation matrix, they could give everyone else in the simulation a chance to.
Isn't that kind of what it's about? Isn't humanity about doing things so other people have the chance to? Isn't that's part of the beauty of it? And humanity is beautiful. Like so many things happen all the time. But people don't stop trying. And that's what things are supposed to be. That's why it matters so much that people are caring. And that people do their best, even if it's not a lot. Because the world is a lot, and sometimes you can't compete with that, but you don't have to. It doesn't have to be a competition. In fact, it very frequently isn't. Very frequently, the only person you're competing with is yourself. Just to be a better you than the you were yesterday, and it's certainly not easy. But how many worthwhile things in life are easy? I mean, some of them. But isn't that what life is about? Isn't that one of the reasons life is worth living? Anyway, I'm starting to get teary, so I'm going to end this one here. And we will come back next time with what is maybe the last part of Thomas Was Alone. Bye!